everyone. Of course, after a little bit of a longer commercial break, we do apologize for that. That's just how the matches can go here in our Prime tournament. So speaking of the Prime, of course, this is the $1,200 4v4 Search and Destroy here on December 28th. We're hopping here toward our first quarterfinal match taking place between Gravity Gaming and C6. We got to witness this C6 squad in actually yesterday's tournament, the 4v4 variants, as they were known under the name as Cadets. What does C6 mean? I mean, who knows? I mean, check 6. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything if you are, but, you know. Anything is possible. I'm just saying that Ghoster played for them at Dallas. I don't know. Feel free to, you know, let your mind roam if you'd like. But still, looking on here, it is, of course, Gravity Gaming making their return in this tournament. So you're going to witness their last game when they faced off against Jay Kurlick's team, the one that won in a 2-0 fashion. And just got off, actually, a Arden Forest game where they won that one in round 11. So feeling pretty confident, I think it's fair to say, when it comes in Arden Forest, as Aries is not going to be able to escape with a round victory. Could find kills, but if he finds anything, it would just be the one on MShake, but can't find even that. So, with that in mind, MShake will find the expiring kill. And the successful offensive push off the break does work successfully. So, like I said, when it comes down to Arden Forest, when it comes down to regular rounds of Search and Destroy, the first team in offense, a lot of the times loses that round because of the fact that they're just basically trying to even things out, trying to get a little bit of an idea as to how, both teams are going to be playing, how the defensive team is going to be working strategies and whatnot, to try to get a feel for each other. So, with that in mind, it looks like some interesting strats. I believe Prophet actually does have the Thompson out, as Vicious on the opposite end through middle is becoming a one-man wrecking crew. Players being traded. And Prophet goes for the challenge. Can he find it? Yes. Gets somehow the headshot onto Hate as he leaves the side of cabin. Quite literally an exit, as it is now a 2 versus 2. Successful plant for Prophet as Skyz and Anihmal looking to retake this site. Here comes the push. Player number 7 is trying to find some kills and shuts down Skyz. And now it's Anihmal. Right around the corner, literally on all fours. Can he find the kill? But no, it will be found from Prophet. As the plant, along with the kills, looks like it will be actually Ghoster who finds this kill. Greatest instance coming in there from Prophet as well. But if we know anything about Prophet, if we know anything about his past rosters, whether it's been on Vex most notably, that roster back in Black Ops 3 actually, I believe, got like whitelisted for a while because nobody wanted to play them because they were not willing to play with like gentlemen's agreements on, or blacklist. I think I said whitelist. I meant to say blacklist. Sorry about that. But we're notably known for making like very odd strats, not willing to kind of go along with what the regular pro team was working with. So it's not surprising to me whatsoever that we see Prophet actually bronc the Thompson in that last round. Just some slightly unorthodox strats. Him and Fastball, of course, and Pass were kind of the duo on unorthodox weapons. But this guy is making a nice transition through the flank, realizing that a push like that is most likely known because of a push that could be coming from the opposite way. There's 4 players up. This guy's looking through middle, long-range STG shots, and Aries is still willing to challenge this. Aries doesn't even try to back up. He ends up getting taken out, and on the opposite, it's Prophet, who evens things out to a one-on-one, up close and personal fight, and it will be 2 found as Gravity will secure this one. And honestly, not the oddest of challenges from Prophet, but one that really shouldn't have been made from Aries in middle map. Like, that was just such an odd way to take on that gunfight, just because he's already weak, and just a jump shot. One more bullet is needed for Skyz to finish off that fight, and I don't know, just maybe from his perspective, it just wasn't the same. I'm just really not even sure, to be honest with you, at that point. But new round, offensive one. Now here for C6. Prophet loses the up-close fight as he's rocked 3 different weapons in the last few rounds. Whether it's been the PPSH, the Thompson, and now the bar. As a grinding push being made toward B's, it looks like it was MShake trying to get his way out of dodge, but still trying to challenge this. Aries is going to, it looks like, drop along with Vicious. And now Ghoster's left in a 1 versus 2. So what looked like a 3 versus 2 dominant take on the B has now turned the opposite. Ghoster's now left in an awkward position, and one that he is going to need to try and clutch up on. As rounding the corner, does he spot the edge of Hate? I don't believe he does. Sees the head surely of someone on bridge, and I was going to say, he does receive the shot, so this is a risky plant for him. I was going to say, does he go for the plant? Does he try to flank around? Very risky plant for him. As soon as he gets this one down, he's going to have to check and at least hop in one of the corners. I was going to say, what we're going to see probably is one player jump across the window, but I was going to say, MShake literally didn't have anyone there with him. Like, where was Hate to try and support fire? That was just a odd challenge. Granted, of course, MShake wins the gunfight, but MShake jumps across the window and is like, Hate, you coming? And then Hate's like, I'm a little bit behind, not there yet. And then Shake's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go and challenge again. And then he finishes him off, but still, had the shots been there, that could have been a 1 versus 2 clutch potential. Regardless, though, Gravity Gaming up 3 rounds to 1. And this was a game mode that we actually saw the boys on C6 playing last night, where they had some issues on USS Texas 2v1, which is map number 3. So as Anihmal and Skyz actually finish off for the first 3, not looking good are the boys on C6. And I was talking about with USS Texas, that is the, I believe, the 3rd map in our rotation for this particular series. So they're really going to have to try and rely on a map one in either Arden Forest or London Docks. And now it's looking as if Arden Forest is also going to be out of the question. So things not looking the brightest if you are the guys of C6. But of course, comebacks can happen. Chokes as well from the opposite end. But it's just been a matter of Gravity Gaming just playing a lot more consistent. I think it's fair to say that them having already 11 rounds of play on this exact same map, just what, maybe 15, 20 minutes ago, obviously has them a little bit warmed up. But you got to talk about it. I was talking about it in the last series with Anihmal, those first blood potential that he gets. I mean, he's found every first blood for his team and finds yet again another one with that frag. 4 first bloods for him, equaling out to 4 round victories. As this is just a scary round to watch. I think it's very difficult to try and make much out of that. But really, you have to be looking out for Anihmal and these first bloods, man. I mean, when it comes into teams facing off against Gravity Gaming in future rounds, of course, they do advance to the semifinals and even to the finals. They have to be wary of this guy constantly in your face and with those nades, because as many times as he's found kills with his weapon, with the PPSH, he's also found it with the frags as well. And so actually take a look at Anihmal. What's he going to do in this round? Did he try anything unorthodox? It looks like he is going to go and swap back to the STG. And I believe he also has Inconspicuous on as far as the combat training is considered. So toss to get the nade. That one, I believe, I thought that one bounced off, but it was actually Ghoster on the opposite end who tosses it. MShake coming from the skies, taking out 2. And some more streaks coming in from him. We'll see if he's doing any damage. It looks like he does gain some info, at least. Spawning one player, probably Vicious. Prophet of the back lines has no idea. Up close and personal, but no, I believe both of them get finished off at the same time. Who picks up the player in the back? Oh, it's MShake, who had another streak to use. He literally used, I think, all 3 streaks in this round. Takes out Prophet at the same time that Skyz gets the up close and personal fight. As this one ends after just 7 rounds of play, a hot 6-1 victory here for the guys on Gravity. And you really have to point out, like I said, it was obviously the streak earned there from MShake. Just props to him, who obviously finishes up 8-2. Skyz 7-4. But Anihmal finishes off 8-4, and I think, like I said, he found like, what, 5, 6 first bloods? Like, that is just uncalled for whenever you are the guys on C6. You really can't afford to have that constantly taking place. And when it comes to the London Docks, that's a map that also plays very fast-paced. A lot of these rounds, Arden Forest, usually a little bit more grinding. Like, you're not going to see things kind of go down as fast as you would, maybe like a St. Marie Dumont. But still, the rounds can happen at a lot of a slower rate. So now that we're heading to London Docks, everyone, it's time for map number 2, S&D on London Docks between Gravity Gaming and C6. Currently in our quarterfinal matchup here for tonight's UMG Prime 1200 4v4 Search and Destroy here on December 28th right now. Hopping in, like I said, with round number 1. Currently, it is the group from C6 on the offense, and Hate has found the first blood, something that he was doing quite a bit in their series prior, where they ended up taking down the group known as Academy, which was Deox and Krulix and Co. was kind of finding those second and third frags, which definitely gave them a big advantage when it came down to certain maps. But right now, Vicious and Ghoster currently left in a 2 versus 3 scenario. And when it comes down to London Docks, you can definitely see both sites worked, but a lot of fast-paced rounds as we see quite a few players drop in quick succession. Players actually starting to stack up as Ghoster most likely also gets hit markers on Skyz. So with that in mind, Skyz decides to back up. MShake gets the great timing on the Ghoster. And now Vicious, who has the bomb, he has great gun skill at that. Could easily catch off Skyz here, but you see the nice... I love this setup from Skyz and Ghoster. Or no, from Skyz and MShake, excuse me. Vicious making MShake look silly. And now the one-on-one. And Skyz is just going to play the time. He has no problem and no reason to do anything else. And Skyz, as he go for the challenge, decides to back up. And this is going to be a round for Skyz and go on Gravity Gaming. I was saying I love that play that Skyz and MShake make because MShake kind of comes from those stairs. And essentially what he's doing is as soon as that guy shoots the shot, MShake is there for the immediate trade. And that's kind of like a bait and switch type of situation. But it doesn't work out whatsoever. Vicious, like I said, has great gun skill. Very much known for his respawn capabilities. And can't settle by any means when it comes down to that guy. But looking on, Skyz continuing to rock the sniper rifle when it comes into search and destroy as Anihmal, per usual, finding the first blood. And could also find the second. Aries not looking at his corner, finds 2. Man advantage right now toward nobody as it is Prophet who finds 2. Hate shuts down Ghoster, and now it's Prophet, the last man up. Jumping inside a fire and just kind of an interesting challenge. Hate not able to walk away with the fight victory. And just kind of interesting plays being made from Gravity because while one guy's on the opposite end having a fight happen, I mean, there's no reason why Prophet at all expects to see the bomb be planted. It doesn't check his corner. As I believe that is MShake, I think, who, yes, gets the bomb plants. Also gets the expiring kill. As it's going to give Gravity Gaming the 2-0 advantage at the moment. But C6, of course, maybe known a few of these players, Aries and Vicious, most notably known from the Merkin clan team, who had a very unfortunate finish at Dallas. Won't even speak about it, but definitely one that they prefer not to speak of again. But Aries known for playing on a few different rosters, most notably like 3s Up and teams like that in his career. As Skyz making it look easy with that sniper rifle. Takes out Prophet. I was getting ready to speak on this guy, Prophet. Known for his run on teams like Vex, Panda, a few other teams, but choosing a new group to play with heading into World War II, it seems. As Anihmal takes out Ghoster, adding toward his overall kill total at 3 and 2. As Aries is left in a position to challenge, and granted, I prefer him to use trigger discipline in that situation. You're in a 1 versus 4, so it's hard to predict, but I don't know, man. It's just Check 6 C6 rather, who were just kind of getting caught off guard at different moments. It's the first bloods that aren't going their way. I mean, we see Aries make an odd challenge in the last round, kind of inside a barrel building, like he just kind of assumes that no one's there. Like we see Prophet not checking corners inside a coal room. Just a lot of, I don't know, we're just seeing C6 kind of make unorthodox, kind of like sloppy plays. It's like they're not checking their corners. They're not kind of playing full-on search and destroy. It's kind of like they're hoping that they get great timing. And just like that, Skyz, yet again, with the sniper rifle. And he's sitting, looks like, on the back barrel stairs. It's 3 fall Ghoster. Now also in a 1 versus 3 back-to-back situations where we see players from C6 in a 2-man deficit position. And now if you're Ghoster, you're most likely talking to your teammates and like, okay, how are we preventing this? Like, how are we not going to allow any one of us to be in a 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, at least in the next round? And just overall a solid setup. You see all 3 players, 1 guy in bomb, 1 inside coal room, 1 watching back bus. I mean, just overall, it's Gravity Gaming who is just not slowing down. And I really respect the guys from Gravity Gaming, at least for right now, because despite them up the way that they are, despite them being up 1-0 in the series, a lot of teams at this point in the match will kind of just chill out. They'll kind of relax. Be like, you know what? We're up in the series. We got what? We got 4 rounds to kind of play with. If you want to say 3 rounds to play with. let's just try something random. And we could see them play that. But even in a 3 versus 1, they still are they're kind of ironing everything out. They're playing as if they're down. And that's what you really have to do in Search and Destroy a lot of the time, is play as if you don't even have a lead. But just like that, Prophet finds 2 off the start. Anihmal and Skyz being dropped. As we'll see what they can try and do with the 2-man advantage. Quickly, that one gets ended as Hate and Shake both find 2. Ghoster isn't able to find an expiring kill, but a very weak MShake has to wrap back toward Crane. And Kid could get very good timing. Spots Vicious and also sees Ghoster toward his side. Finds 1. Can the 2v4 clutch come into play? Despite the early fantastic start from Prophet, is all of his work going to go to waste? Ghoster, where could he be? The defuse going down for MShake, and they plant where Ghoster can't even see. Ghoster has no vision on the bomb. Ghoster has no vision on the bomb, and this should be a defuse, yes, for MShake. Round after round after round, we are seeing sloppy play come in from C6. They plant for a side where no one is looking. Ghoster, why are you running that way? Why are you running toward cut, my friend? 5 rounds to 0 for Gravity Gaming. 1 more round, and they have their ticket easily booked at that into the semifinal. Anihmal known for these first bloods. It is Skyz who is able to find the assistance there with that. And there's just no one sitting in fire. There's literally no one sitting in fire. And Aries is about to get picked off here soon as well. But it looks like Vicious having no support in his teammate. And this is actually going to be really funny if Aries actually clutches this. Because it's like, if Aries actually clutches it, it's like, do you say, hey, you know, Vicious, can you come back, man? Because Aries actually won the round. But, I mean, in total, what we see 13 rounds played. And of those 13, only 1 round gets won by C6. And I believe we do have a little bit of a lobby glitch because I believe one of the players ended up leaving, which is rather unfortunate to see Rage quit. But in a situation like that, I mean, something needs to happen for this group. Of course, like I said, they were known under Cadets last night in the variant tournament. They ended up getting knocked out pretty early on. I want to say it was by Exomoon. And the reason why they lost that series was because of their Search and Destroy game. They looked good in the hardpoint, but the S&D, they really struggled. In the CTF, I believe they ended up losing like 8-1 in London Dock. So this team just definitely needs to clean up a few things. And when I say a few, I mean like, it's not like a lot, but it's just like iron out your Search and Destroy. Like there were even moments, like I said, where they just weren't checking corners. It was just overall sloppy play from C6, not being aware of pre-snipes that we were seeing Skyz. It was almost like, it looked like as if C6 had the game for maybe like a week, and Gravity Gaming has had it for like 2 months. It was just a matter of like who has grinded the game, at least in Search and Destroy, and who hasn't, or at least who has done it as a squad. Because at least from the C6 group, like I said, this team hasn't really been formed for very long, or this kind of unit playing together at least hasn't really been playing for very long. Of course, Aries and like I said, Vicious recently coming from that Merkin Clan team after Dallas finishes off. Ghoster ended up having 3 of his teammates leave, I believe, from Check 6. Prophet, I'm not sure if he actually played at Dallas or not. I know he didn't really have a overall placement that I saw, so I'm not 100% sure as to where he was. But still, like this group just recently formed, so they don't really have a whole lot of communication, don't have a whole lot of chemistry together. But if you're talking about this Gravity Gaming team, this team has been formed for a while. They played at Dallas, had I think a top 40 finish at that tournament. So this group can definitely play, and they're very talented when it comes into Search and Destroy. We know about Anihmal, we know about Skyz. Both these guys were known and passed before they turned the age of 18 in their Search and Destroy games. So it's not surprising to me that we see them win this series, but it's surprising that we see them win this in such dominant fashion. And when, not that they weren't playing great, because they were, but there was just overall sloppy play. Like in the last round, I think it was an Anihmal. He literally just runs through mid-map, runs into fire, and picks someone off and on road and water.
I never saw